Lesson 2. In today's lesson, we will be talking about the different mediums used for still life painting. And I hope you all remember what we had taken up in Lesson 1. In Lesson 1, we had talked about the different materials used for still life painting, that is, the different kinds of papers, brushes, pencils, and other types. Over the centuries, artists have always invented and used different mediums. The choice of medium offers many possibilities for developing different styles and techniques. The most common mediums are watercolor medium, oil medium, and dry medium. The only qualification required for learning to paint is a desire and willingness to try. Don't you think this is very important? Unless you have the desire to try and to learn, you will not be able to really succeed. So all that is required is the deep desire and a little patience. In this lesson, we will learn about the material and mediums for still life painting. The objectives of this lesson therefore are: number 1, to give complete knowledge of the different materials and medium. Number 2, to understand the advantages and disadvantages of each medium. For still life painting, we recommend the most common media, which are water, oil, and dry. Through these mediums, the student can study still life and also express himself or herself with creativity. What does this mean? This means that it is the medium which will give us freedom to express ourselves in the best possible way. Brushes. For coloring our work, we need brushes also. Painting brushes are flexible so that with a certain amount of control, nearly any type of line or texture can be produced. There are many types of brushes such as flat brushes and round brushes. Flat brushes are made from hog hair and sable hair. Round brushes are made from sable hair and synthetic hair also. Watercolor. Through watercolor, a student can easily become familiar with the use of color. Colors are transparent in nature and give a very smooth effect. Watercolor can be used directly. Oil color. Oil colors are one of the most exciting materials through which a student can express his or her feelings creatively. Oil color also provides the user with the greatest range of color choice. Oil colors can be used thickly or thinly. We must also try to understand what the different accessories are with the help of which we paint. The other accessories which are an essential part of an artist's equipment are drawing board, color palette, masking tape, clips and board pins, a bowl of water, a piece of cotton cloth, and finally an eraser. Drawing board. According to their paper size, students must choose the drawing board for firm support and stability. Boards are available in different types, such as wooden or plywood drawing boards. Before starting the work on paper, we can mount our paper on the board. For this, masking tapes can be used, or metal clasp or board pins. But you must see that your paper is firmly attached to the drawing board. Color palette. While working with colors, you will need a color palette. The color palette should be big and clean. It should have sufficient space so that you can mix your colors properly. A masking tape is used for holding the paper down to the matting. Clips and board pins are also used for holding down paper on the board. They come in many types like round board pins, metal clasps, and any other type that you might find that is convenient and not too expensive. A water bowl is also needed to mix the color properly with water. The bowl should be big and half filled with clean water. You can also use this water to clean your brushes as and when they become dirty. A small piece of cotton cloth will be very handy. While working with colors, you might need this cloth, which should be clean and in a 12 by 12 inches size. Let us look at some self-assessment questions now. 1. The flat brushes are made from dash hair. 2. Round brushes are made from dash and dash hair. 3. Watercolors are dash in nature. 4. The color palette should be dash and dash. For cleaning brushes and other accessories, we need a piece of dash. Now, what is a medium? Medium describes the additives which the artist uses with a paint to make it behave differently. Such as water is added to make the paint run more easily, or turpentine is added to make a paint run better. We will now study the use of water, oil and dry mediums used for painting in a little more detail. The first, water medium. In this medium, watercolor and poster colors are commonly used. The water medium is so called because the adhesive that sticks the pigment powder to the paper is soluble in water. The paint is a finely ground mixture of pigment, water-soluble gum, glycerin and glucose. What do you think is an advantage of the water medium? One of the greatest advantages of the water medium is that it requires no complicated equipment for painting out of doors. For instance, your basic essentials are a box of paint, a brush, paper, and water. For the water medium, we use paper that has been specially made for watercolor. This is because if the paper is too absorbent, the liquid will be soaked into the surface, and if the paper is not absorbent, the paint will run completely out of control. So the choice of paper becomes important. Second, oil medium. Painting in oil medium is one of the exciting ways of painting. As a medium for a beginner, it is perfect because it is very easy to correct what you have done either by wiping it out or by painting over it. There is some disadvantage too in using the oil medium because it doesn't dry completely for a very long time. 3. The dry medium. In this medium, students can use dry pastels, oil pastels, pencil colors, chalk, and wax crayons. In this medium, the color pigment is held together with the use of a binder. It is formed into long round strips. There is no need to add water or oil for mixing the color. Because it is dry, there are no frustrations of waiting for the paper to dry. We just pick up the colors and apply them directly to the painting surface. Class assignment. Write short notes on the accessories needed for still life painting. 2. What is medium? Discuss water medium in detail. We close this lesson with 2 terminal questions. 1. Write an essay on material and medium. 2. Write the advantages and disadvantages of different mediums. Thank you.